Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome Nashuva. Just want to make sure you can all hear me okay. I hope you can. And I'm wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom. And we're going to start with Ahavat Olam, the love prayer. I hope you can all hear me. Pray along with us. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome everyone, join in. Ahavat Olam B'Eretz Yisrael. Ahavat Torah u'mitzvot. Everybody. Chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta. Hakel Adonai Eloheinu b'shofeinu ובקומנו. נשיח בחוקך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו. ובהם נגד יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהי עמו ישראל. Shabbat Shalom, Nashuva, and welcome to all of you. Two things. One is I'm going to encourage all of you to switch to the Facebook page that is the public figure page for Rabbi Naomi Levy. She's wearing a white shirt. That way we can all be on the same chat. So please switch to the public figure page of Rabbi Naomi Levy. And please take a moment to share this service with your social media right now so that we can share Shabbat with people who really need a piece of Shabbat and Shabbat light and blessings right now. Okay, so just take a minute to do that. Turn to that public figure page and it says share, and share this service with your people. Okay? Welcome to all of you. Shabbat Shalom. Are you ready to light candles with me? As you know, this is the time in our service where you get to share who you are and where you come from. And then you get to wish Shabbat Shalom to everybody who's joining us. So please take a moment as we light the Shabbat candles. If you have your candles ready, please light with us. If not, just know my candles are always yours. So take a moment to share who you are, where you come from. Are you ready? Okay, I see Howard's ready. Okay, are you ready? Come light with me. Draw the light towards you 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Take the light into every cell of your being and join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please wish everybody who's with us right now Shabbat Shalom and share who you are and where you're coming from, okay? And are you ready for your blessing? Just know my hands are always blessing you. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasamlecha shalom. May God bless you and protect you. May God's very light be shining upon you, filling you with grace, and may God's very presence be with you, filling you with peace. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. So Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And this Shabbat is the closing of the Joseph cycle. And we only have one more Torah portion before we finish the book of Genesis. But this is the Torah portion where the brothers of Joseph come down to Egypt, and they don't even know that Joseph, who's become, they sold him into slavery. Actually, they didn't. They threw him in a pit, and he got sold into slavery, and they don't even know what became of him. They were so jealous of him. And in the meantime, he went from being in a pit to sold into slavery to being in prison to becoming viceroy all over Egypt. And they come to Egypt seeking food, and they have no idea that their brother Joseph is the man who's in charge of all of Egypt. And he's been hiding his true identity from them. But his heart, which you think has been filled with anger, hatred, and thoughts of revenge, when he keeps seeing his brothers and he's hiding his true identity, this Shabbat is the Shabbat where we learn that it says in the Torah, V'lo yachol Yosef litapek. Joseph could no longer hide or contain himself, and he begins to weep, and he says, Ani Yosef achichem. I am your brother Joseph, Asher machatem oti mitzrayma. I am your brother Joseph, the one that you sold to Egypt. And then he says the very famous line, Ha'od avichai? Is my father still alive? So there's all of this distance and all of this jealousy that they had for him. And still there's this hope. Is our father alive? Is my father alive? And they tell him, yes, Dad's alive, and he won't believe it that you're alive. And they can't believe this reunion. And all of this forgiveness. So I consider this one of the most powerful Shabbats for reunion and for forgiveness. And I was just counseling somebody just this week who has been not talking to members of his family. And I said, you know what? This is the Shabbat to stop dwelling on the past and to let go and just get into the space of radical love, of unconditional love and radical forgiveness. So if you need strength for the power to forgive and to have a reunion with somebody, whether it's a family member or a friend, this is the Shabbat of forgiveness. And it's also the Shabbat for recognizing that an awful situation can be transformed into a blessed situation, that a curse can turn into a blessing, that an evil intention or a horrible situation can become a true blessing. So Joseph says to his brothers, who are scared now that Joseph's going to take revenge upon them, he says to them, don't feel bad about what you did to me, that you threw me into a pit and sold me into slavery. He says to them, Ki lemichyeh shlachani Elohim. You thought about me for the bad, but God thought of this situation for the good. You thought you were sending me to Egypt for the bad, but God understood, and God thought of the situation for the good. That it's possible to transform an awful situation to a beautiful situation. So I actually officiated at a funeral this morning for a blessed woman named Jolynn Redelson. And when Jolyn was in college, she was at Berkeley. And she learned that her mother had gotten a terminal cancer diagnosis. And she was a sophomore at Berkeley, and she loved being at Berkeley, and she didn't want to leave Berkeley. But she heard that her mother had 6 months to live, so she transferred to UCLA. And she was very sad, and she thought that she was going to be just being there for her mother, taking care of her mother's final days. But Nashuva, I have two things to tell you. The first is, by transferring to UCLA, she met the man that would turn out to become the love of her life and her husband. And the second thing I want to tell you is that her mother, Hildy, who was given 6 months to live, actually, that 6-month death sentence turned into 40 years of health and life. So just know that every situation, even a terminal death sentence, can become a blessing. And I'm asking you to think about these two things: radical forgiveness and peace in a family and among friends, and the possibility of an awful situation turning into a blessing as we begin our meditation. So are you ready for this Shabbat meditation? So just take a moment to close your eyes. Plant your feet on the ground, your palms up. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Otherwise, just behold these beautiful Shabbat candles in front of you. Take a deep breath in with me, hold it, and let it go. And now just take these few moments to think about one of these two topics of this Shabbat. Is there somebody that you need to make radical peace with? Radical forgiveness? To let go of all the resentments and simply say, Ha'od avi chai? Is there still some life here for us? And is there some bad situation that you're in, or some bad news you've received that you can pray that it will turn into a blessing, that it will become a blessing, and that you have the power to transform a situation into a blessing? And just take these few minutes now to talk to your own soul and to allow your soul to talk to the soul of souls for the power of radical forgiveness and the power to see how a situation that you wouldn't wish on anybody can become actually a blessing. Take a deep breath in with me, hold it, and if you need to release anything, let it go now. One more time, take a deep breath in. If you need to release worry, burdens, anxiety, anything that's been just weighing on you this week, now let it go. And now breathe in the peace and the light and the joy and the holiness and the healing and the blessings of this Shabbat As we join together with your eyes closed, join us and listen, Israel. Join me. Listen, Israel, Adonai, our God is one. 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 Take a deep breath in with me, Nashuva. We can all open our eyes now. And it's time to share. If you have a birthday or an anniversary, it's time for your blessing. Are you ready for your blessing? If anybody has a birthday or anniversary, please share that now. And I'm going to wish you a wonderful, wonderful blessing. Are you ready? Okay, are you ready? May this year be for you a year of health, most importantly, a year of joy, a year of love and growth and uplift and peace. Terry Bryant, happy birthday. A year in God's light and a year of romance too. And let us all say, Amen. Can I hear your amens, Nashuva? I want to hear all of your amens in capital letters for only good news and good joys. Howard Reuben, it's your 13-year anniversary. Howard and Nicola, Mazel Tov. Second child on Tuesday to Gloria, second grandchild. Okay, and now it's time for the healing blessings. If you would like us to include you or a loved one in our healing blessings, please share the names of everybody that we're including in our healing prayers right now. Please share the names. Mishaberach Avotenu, Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov, V'imotenu Sarif Karachav Le'ah, Hu Yivarech v'Yarpeh et HaCholim. Please share the names. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimaleh Rachamim Alehem Machzikam V'Rakotam, V'Yishlach Lehem Mehera Fuah Shema L'chol Eber Migdeim B'toch Sha'ar Chol Yisrael Frat HaNefesh Frat HaGuf, Hashtav Levizman Kariv V'Nomar Amen. Let's see your amens. May God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless all of those who are in need of healing, healing of heart, healing of mind, healing of body, healing of soul. And let us all say Amen. Amen to everybody. Okay, healing to everybody. It's time now for the Kaddish. If you have a yurtzeit, if you are in mourning, please share the names of everybody we are including in this Kaddish. As I mentioned, we are including Jolyn Radelson in our Kaddish and sending our comfort to her whole family, to her sons, Jordan and Justin. And Howard and Nicola, we are including your friend Audrey in our Kaddish. And to everybody who is adding a name, we are sending our comfort and our blessings to you. Please join me in the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemeh Rabba, v'yomad divrach chiruteh v'yamich malchuteh b'chayeichon u'v'yomeichon u'v'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yeheh shmei Rabba mvorach l'olam omer maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpo'al v'yitomam v'yitnaseh, V'tadal v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dukudsha b'richu. La'ela mikol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiron b'oma v'imru Amen. Yeheh shloma rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Amen. Nashuva. As you know, I have taken off several weeks because I just needed to be doing other things, and I was away for a while, and I had family events, and I'm not sure I'm going to be here weekly anymore. It's going to be a week-to-week endeavor, and I will send out, Nashuva will send out an email blast, and we'll start posting when I'm going to be doing Shabbat. But I want you to save the date of, let's see, I'm going to give you the date of January 7th is going to be Gospel Shabbat in person in Clover Park. We'll be doing our best to live stream from Clover Park for Gospel Shabbat. It should be an incredible, incredible night of music with Deborah Sharp Taylor and the gospel band and the whole Nashuva band, and I hope that you'll all join us for that. And please join me now for Kiddush, okay? And please, at the end of this service, I'm going to remind you once again to share our Nashuva live on your social media, on your Facebook, with your friends and your followers, so that we can share Nashuva's blessings far and wide. Are you ready to join me in Kiddush? If you have your wine or grape juice ready, please join me. If not, just know my Kiddush cup is always yours. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Everybody. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat kodsho b'vav ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher yitziat Mitzrayim. Join me. Ki banu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha B'ahava uvratzon hinechaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. You know I love my Nashuva, right? And please join me in the motzi with a Rab Eshman Challah. Can you see it? Can you all see it? Okay, everybody join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, doggies. Doggies, do you want some challah? Gracie? Yummy. Gracie, you want some? No? Maybe. Is maybe outside? Maybe? I guess she's outside. Okay. We're going to end tonight's service with Ameh because it actually has the famous phrase that's from our Torah portion this Shabbat when Joseph says, Ha'od avi chai? Is my father still alive? When we say Am Yisrael chai, Od avinu chai, it says that the people of Israel survived. Our Father, our God, is still here. Our patriarchs are still watching over us. Our matriarchs are still watching over us. Od avinu chai. So please join us, the Nashuva band, with Am Yisrael chai. And with that, I'm wishing you Shabbat Shalom. And as I said, we'll send out email blasts when I'm going to be doing Shabbat. And in the meantime, I'm asking everybody to go get a booster shot and to have a very peaceful and beautiful and joyous Shabbat. And I know we're going to see you in person on the first Friday in January for Gospel Shabbat. And don't forget, unconditional, radical forgiveness and love, and turning a not so good situation into a great blessing. Ready? Join the Nashuva band. Dance with us. Ready? Amen, Amen, Am Yisrael Echad. 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 Oh, Yadinu Chai. Oh, Yadinu Chai. Oh, Yadinu Chai. Oh, Yadinu Chai. Amen, Amen, Am Yisrael Echad. 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 Oh, Yadinu Chai. Oh, Yadinu Chai. Oh, Yadinu Chai. Oh, Yadinu Chai. Amen, Am Yisrael Echad. Amen, Amen. Shalom. I love you all. Shabbat Shalom. I'm wishing you health, joy, love, light, and peace. Laila Tov. Good night.